years the cultural attaché at the Court of St. James, Sir Les Patterson.
Don't worry, son.
Okay. All right, so...
Beautiful. What a show.
Yeah, thank you very much. Now, you've been the cultural attaché in Britain, in London, for a long time. Are you still cultural attaché?
Well, I'm an advisor. I'm pretty well a consultant these days. I'm called upon to perform a number of services to Australia and to any young woman who happens to come into the office. Sorry I let that slip. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it must be very rare for somebody in the diplomatic corps to let anything slip.
It's very hard, but I can relax with you, Clive, son.
Great.
And this is...
I think of nothing I enjoy more.
I can, and this is Channel 4, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
After all, doesn't matter what I say or do. Because, you know, you got the lesos on the show a lot of the time, recommending all kinds of things, you know. I couldn't do much more than that, could I?
Well, with you, it's Channel 4-letter word, really, isn't it? That's I hadn't said that.
Clive. I can see that you were once a warm-up man over here in LWT. You were. And I happen to remember, old Clive. Was it the Silver Black show, was it? I can't remember what it was. It was good, you know. And I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
You were fucking terrible, Clive. You were, but you've found your niche. You have. Hasn't he, eh?
No.
He's good.
Let's, if we're going to get personal about it, let's talk about your own personal life. You've got a bit of a reputation as
I know.
I know, yes.
I'm a horny old bastard, I'm telling you that. I am, I like it, I like women. I do, I can't help that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit unpopular these days in certain circles, but I do.
Yeah.
I've been grooming old Tony Blair too. He called upon me, and Tony, you're watching and you won't mind me saying this, pal, but he needs roughing up, you know, Tony. What does he look like? He looks like, you know, the family doctor with a Volvo, 4 kids, a Labrador, and plastic letters on the fridge door, doesn't he? He does a bit.
So what are you advising him to do?
Well, just a little bit, a sort of a spunkier look.
Yeah.
A few stains on his tie.
Yeah.
Perhaps a love bite.
Yeah.
You know? Even, and this is fashionable, a trial separation.
Yeah.
How about that?
Absolutely.
Oh boy, I tell you, I was in Tasmania recently.
Yeah.
I was reminded of that because I am, I don't know if you're aware of this or the audience or the viewers, but I'm chairman of the Australian Cheese Board, and I was at a Tasmanian cheese tasting this morning.
Yeah.
A bit of Tasmanian camembert got under my nail.
That'll be it.
I was in Tasmania visiting some of the cheese factories, and there was a couple of fellas. Hear this one about these 2 Tasmanian blokes, and they're walking along, and a seagull shits on one of them, and the other bloke, you heard this? The other bloke says,
I hope I'm not going to.
no, the other bloke says, he shits on his head. The other bloke said, would you like some toilet paper? He said, oh no, it'll be miles away by now.
What about Barry Humphries? Because he handles your stage appearances, doesn't he?
Well, you know, he's a bit of an impresario. He's a little bit of a would-be comedian.
Yeah.
And he's dragging me out on the road, you know. I'm going up to Leeds, opening on the 16th in the Opera House there. Thereafter Manchester and all over the country, preparatory to probably coming into the old West End next year at about fucking time.
But is he? But do you get on with him? Because he's a very intelligent person. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. He's a very... And you do all those things.
I enjoy life, and I'm not sure he does. But he insists on having the Dame Edna, you see. And Dame Edna, she's a nice woman, but she never speaks to me. She has nothing whatever to do with me. She's given me the cold shoulder.
You never meet. You never see together.
Years ago, it dates back, Clive, and you're a bit of a prober because you've got something out of me that hasn't been revealed to the public before.
What could that
Well, This isn't a Tasmanian story, by the way. But years and years ago, before I was in the diplomatic corps and representing Australia all around the planet, I took Edna out one night. She wasn't even a star. She was a little housewife, you know, with ambitions. And I took her out, and I went to the pictures. I can remember what the picture was. It was Dumbo. Dumbo by Walt Disney. Pretty harmless, a little bit raunchy here and there, depending on what an elephant's trunk means to you.
You're not doing that trick, are you?
No. And, you know, I'm sitting there in the dark, we're getting on fine. I've got the box of black magic. A box of black magic. Sorry, shouldn't give it a plug, but I am. And I leaned towards Edna. All I said to her, I said, would you like a hard one or a soft one? That's all I said. And off she goes like a streak of piss. Straight off. I've never seen her since. We're on the same show very often. But I come, I go, and she comes on,
so we
and
can see
never the twain meet.
Okay, well, thank you very much for
And
joining.
I've had a lot of fun, and I'd like you to thank old Clive, because he's been a joy for me to talk to. And very, very good luck to you all, and God bless you, one and all.
Okay.
From Les Patterson and Clive Anderson, ladies and gentlemen.
Very good, well done, Celeste. Okay. Thanks a lot, Celeste. Okay. Well done. Okay. We've got to move on. Okay, well, welcome back. Now, we're very lucky to have a special offer on tonight, and they're these OJ is Innocent T-shirts. There we are, they're on sale at £98 each. I know it's a bit expensive, but they're particularly valuable, as these are the actual T-shirts worn throughout the trial by the jury. So, there you go. And now we have a photograph, and after an 8-hour operation, delighted Andrew Lloyd Webber emerged this week from plastic surgery. Now, we've been trying to entice our next guest onto the show for the last 10 series, I suppose. We've tried asking, we've tried begging. In the end, we thought we'd try a bit of money. Anyway, please give a big hand to megastar Dame Edna Everage. Well, there you go. Well done, Dame Edna. Oh. Very good. Do take a seat, Dame Edna. Excellent. Well, that's...
Well...
As usual, you're bedecked in a magnificent dress, would that be?
Well, it's my little Chinese look.
It is, yes.
It can't have escaped you. Isn't it gorgeous, studio audience?
Yeah. And lots of sequins. Did you sew all those on yourself? What? What's the matter? What's the matter?
There's lipstick on my teeth.
Well, that's all right. Doesn't matter. Hello. That doesn't. Oh. Well, I think it's fine. I don't think it matters. That's.
I do.
Yeah.
I just can't bear that sort of woman.
Look, at your age, it's great to still have teeth, isn't it? So.
At least mine are all joined together.
You're a megastar now. Do you suffer from intrusions of your privacy?
I do. Well. Infringements more than intrusions. But,
well, what I was going to say is that your marriage, obviously sadly ended with the death of Norm. I'm sorry to bring that up, but it was a... I know you suffered of it, but
I went through the usual stages, you know, first grief, then anger, and then hilarity. I mean, no,
But your marriage was a happy marriage. These days, you know, every
It
showbiz couple
was.
seems to be splitting
I
up.
know,
And
it's sad. I've been trying to help a lot of them.
Have you?
Because I'm a lot of things. I wear a lot of hats.
Yes.
And I'm a counsellor. I've helped bring people together. I think I helped little Fergie, as a matter of fact, and little Andy get back together.
They're coming back together again, aren't
Well,
they?
I knew about it a long time ago.
Yeah.
A long, long time ago, I can reveal exclusively
Yeah.
on the Clive Anderson show.
Yeah.
I was having a little afternoon tea with my friend the Queen.
Yes.
She's watching too. And
You never see the Queen with lipstick on her lip, on her teeth. Never. No.
Spinach, but not lipstick. However, I noticed, I said, you've lost your sparkle. I said, where are those lovely jewels? She said, would you take them, Edna? These belong to the Queen.
Really?
They do.
Yeah.
And she said, just put them all in your Swiss bank. I said, why? She said, Fergie's coming back. She said, I'm not leaving anything lying around. Bless her, but it was told to me in confidence, so please, no further.
Yeah,
no further.
yeah. But that's the one happy story, because everyone else is kind of going their separate ways, aren't they?
Well, yes,
Ken and M and all that sort of business.
Little Ken and Em, bless them.
Yeah.
I've been having a few invitations from Kenneth. He's not very slow off the mark. He said to me, as a matter of fact, I adore it, as a matter. I've got lips for the two of us. I have. And I think about that possibly. And I said,
You're painting a picture. We've got the...
I have to say I'm seeing someone.
Yes.
You see a little sparkle in me, don't you?
little glint. What?
Yes.
Who are you seeing?
I'm seeing Will Carling. As a matter of fact.
Yes.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm seeing him. He said, I said, what if this gets out to the media? He said, oh, I've got a friend who'll take the heat, Edna. He said, and isn't it lovely of her?
Yes.
It's beautiful.
So
Little Di.
that's just a front.
It's a front. That's all it is. Mind you, we're not playing hospitals or anything. We're not playing cars and garages either. But, or we're not playing footballs and goals. No.
We've got
we're
the
trysting.
point.
We're doing a bit of trysting.
Yes. Yeah, you're made for each other, really, aren't you?
Trysting and like mad we are. Mind you, there's a bit of a danger in that too.
Yeah.
Trystitis, have you heard of that? It's horrible. Oh. I've had the cosmetic surgery.
Yes.
That's a bit of an exclusive. How you wheedle this out of me, I don't know. You see, a lot of them had Margaret Thatcher, you know.
Yeah.
She had herself butchered, really.
Yeah.
And I never did. I held out against it because I was very fortunate. My skin, in spite of all the things that have happened to me, my skin has always been marvellous.
Yeah.
And people just in the street, they want to touch my skin. It's
Really?
lovely. They say, Dame Edna, may we just touch your skin? I said, yes, but avoid my erogenous zones, which these days are apparently everywhere, Clive. And it's always been beautiful, and I never had a line.
Yeah.
And I thought, I can't go on these shows and do this marvellous tour, which is...
You're doing a tour, are you?
I am a tour. We're opening in Leeds, and I'm going to Manchester and Liverpool, the little underprivileged ones up there. All over Bristol, all those places.
Yeah. Anyway,
I can't go on these shows. I can't share my experience, hope and strength with my public unless I have a little aging. You see, I was spookily young looking.
Yes. How old are you? Is that a question I can ask?
No, it's not a question you can ask, but not one that I can answer, unfortunately. All I'll say is what my mother used to say to me. I'm as old as my tongue and a little older than my teeth.
Yes.
Isn't it lovely?
So we're just going to work out how old your tongue is. So that's... Now look,
I
have to tell you. Can I ask you a question?
I'm going to finish.
Yeah. Finish what?
You are a notorious interrupter, Clive. You know, I'm sorry. You cannot do all this butting in when you're on your own show. But I'll say this.
I learned everything from you because I modelled myself on your chat show, the Dame Edna experience. I wanted to do everything. I wanted to even wear a dress, but I thought, no, that's a pathetic way to get laughs, to dress up as a woman, isn't it?
It would be stupid.
It'd be desperate.
It would indicate. It would be, wouldn't it? It would.
Because some people end up basing a whole career on it.
They're exactly the words that Prince Philip used to me the other day. But I have to say, my darling, that the little crow's feet I have been placed there by a plastic surgeon. They're offcuts from Margaret Thatcher, as a matter of fact. We have the same plastic surgeon, I recommended him, and he was throwing these little crow's feet of Maggie's into a pedal bin. I said, I'll have those. And you see these little double chins?
Yeah.
See this little lovely little soft one?
Yeah.
You can touch that little double chin.
Oh, thank you.
of mine.
Oh, yes.
That is the work of a plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
And that used to be Elizabeth Taylor's left love handle. It did. It did. And if you look very closely,
Yes.
you can see
I don't want to know this.
you can see Richard Burton's nail mark.
The sad thing is
Isn't that
I'm
spooky?
looking.
To think that Richard Burton once clung onto my chin with the dear love. And that's an exclusive, goodness knows why, for this show.
So what next for your career, apart from your stage tour? You
my tour.
need more television over here?
I'd like to, if
Yeah.
the system has become a bit spooky and difficult to penetrate.
Yeah,
But I think it's time I did some more beautiful shows.
yeah.
I feel it. Being on this show, I just did the adrenaline is surging.
Yes.
I just feel all those emotions coming back. I'm a very emotional person. And I'm having a sort of second menopause, as a matter of fact. I am, and it's just as much fun as the first, ladies, I can tell you.
Okay, so we'll I just wanted to get that emotional moment over, and we'll wait to see another Dame Edna experience back on our
I
screens.
hope so.
Yeah.
And I'd like to thank you, Clive, for having me on your show. And I allowed you to have a little dig at me.
Yes.
And I know that's what you were doing.
No,
And I just want you to know, Possum, that I'll never forgive you as long as I live.
Thank you very much, Dame Edna Everage. Take care. Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all we've got time for. Just really thanks to Les Patterson, Jeffrey Boycott, and Dame Edna Everage. We come and say goodnight tonight.